Hello, and welcome to the FASTTRAK InVision series. Today we're going to talk about charter management. So charter management within the FASTTRAK InVision software allows you to manage multi-day or multi-vehicle reservations directly within the software and dispatch screen. So charters basically come in three components. You have the charter itself, which is a high-level wrapper to all the underlying reservations. At this level, you're going to define things such as company name, customer name, primary contact name information, and then notes across the entire charter. Underneath the charter itself, you have individual moves. Now, a charter can have one or more moves contained within it. And a move generally relates to a single vehicle throughout the duration of the charter. So for example, if you had 3 buses over 5 days, you potentially could have 3 moves within that reservation. Now under a move, you have individual leg reservations. Now these leg reservations are not only the passenger move legs, but they can also include support legs like deadheads and driver swaps. So a move can have one or more leg reservations. And it is those leg reservations that you'll see on your dispatch screens within the FASTTRAK software. All right, let's go ahead and log into the InVision software. Now, you can get to the charter management section within the InVision software via FASTTRAK Ultimate Desktop. Now, all management is done within the FASTTRAK InVision software. And when I say management, I mean creating the charters, creating the moves, creating the legs. Now, that doesn't mean that operationally you can't use any software. So for example, you can access the charter management application, the charter management module within InVision, build your charter, price your charter, communicate with the customer as necessary, and then all of those leg reservations, you can still use FASTTRAK Ultimate or FASTTRAK InVision to operationally dispatch and use those reservations. And that includes not only seeing that reservation on your dispatch form, but leg reservations can also be seen in the driver app and will have the same status updates and communication that all other reservations do within your system. All right, so you can access charter management from the left menu here. By clicking on that, it'll load all charters within your organization. On this screen, you could always sort by date range, or search by date range, or search by name in the box here to limit your search results. You add a new charter by clicking the Add Charter button, and that'll open up the charter main form. Now, I have a test charter that I created ahead of time. Let me go ahead and find it. I'm going to go ahead and double click to open it. And what you'll notice here is the charter information itself is basically in this top left box. So you'll see the information I described earlier, and that's a part of the high-level charter. That information will be copied in to all underlying leg reservations that you create within that charter. The right section here is a summary section. So as you add additional legs and moves, this section will summarize and aggregate the sum of all of those charges across all legs and moves within the charter. So for example, I can see across all moves and legs within this charter, this sum of base charges is $2,900. You'll also see distance and duration values according to the distance and duration of all legs combined. There's a move section underneath here. This is where you can add your individual moves. And then you have your supporting leg section at the bottom, and this is where you'll have your underlying reservations. I'm going to go ahead and choose the Add Leg screen. And once again, I've created a leg ahead of time, so I'm just going to open up this one. But on the Add Leg screen, you have 2 options. You can either add your moves ahead of time. I have bus 1, bus 2, bus 3. Or you can actually add the move while you're creating the individual leg. You'll be required to select one of those moves when you're generating those legs within the charter. So this is the leg screen. So as you can see, I have a parent move called bus 1. This is the leg, day 1 morning drive. And I've said that this is a customer segment leg. So what this means is this leg is supporting the customer within the duration of that charter. Now, if there was a driver swap or if there was a deadhead or something of that nature, I would simply select a different leg type here. And I'll describe to you what that's going to do to the reports in the documents that you can send out as well, along with the charter, including confirmations, itineraries, and things of that nature. So on the leg screen, some basic information, some basic notes, pick up and drop off. You also have the ability to add additional stops and passengers if you need to. And all of this is done on the leg information tab. on the leg pricing tab is where you can add pricing to that individual leg. Now, there's no reason why different legs can have different pricing. So for example, maybe a customer facing leg has a standard charge for a bus, and then you want to charge individually differently for a driver swap or something of that nature, because it's a sedan versus a bus or something of that nature. So there could be different pricing for different legs within the charter itself. You have an option on the pricing form of a couple different ways to actually price that leg. You can use existing pricing plans within FASTTRAK. That includes the flat rate plans, and it also includes the geo plans. But you can also manually add pricing to this reservation. So for example, if you send out a bus for the day at a certain charge, you can add that manually without having to have that set up ahead of time. There's one other feature on the pricing tab. You can actually start with one of your existing pricing plans, and then you can choose to override the base pricing and make minor adjustments to that price specific to that leg. So there's a lot of detail here. There's a lot of options here as well. But once you get into it, you'll see that it's pretty easy to use. Once you've added all the information, you can hit the calculate price button. And if it's a geo price, it will go ahead out and do the distance and duration pricing. But also this will get the distance and duration just for general information to be saved within that charter, because that information will actually be aggregated within the charter screen, so you can see the full duration of all the charges on your trip. So once again, this is the leg screen. A leg is a part of a move, and this leg and this move are a part of this overall ABC football charter. Now I'm going to take you back to the charter screen itself. I want to show you the report options here. So there's some special documents that can be sent or viewed as part of a charter. So if this charter was saved as a quotation, which is one of the statuses that you can set on a charter, then you'll get the general quotation document that you can email or view as part of that charter. It's pretty typical with other confirmation and quotations that you've seen with the other FASTTRAK software. However, the charter documents themselves, every one of these, have a charter summary. Also, the charter summary and the underlying legs and moves are displayed within those documents. So if you remember, there's a move name, which I called bus 1, and there's a leg name, which was daily drive. Those type of descriptive leg and move names will show up on these documents. So it's important to type in a descriptive name so the customer can easily identify what those legs and moves mean. So we have the quotation, which is available if it's a quotation. We have a charter confirmation, very similar to the quotation, just labeled differently. And then we have an itinerary. Two different types of itinerary, a customer itinerary and a driver itinerary. So an itinerary is basically a detailed trip ticket. It's going to show you the typical things you'd see on a trip ticket along with the charter summary. In addition, it's going to show you detailed information about each leg, each move within the entire charter. Now, the distinction between the driver itinerary and the customer itinerary is made by using that leg type. So as you're adding legs to the system for an individual move, remember you can set it as a customer segment, or you can set it, for example, as a deadhead. Well, on the customer itinerary, it only shows legs that are customer segment. So much cleaner view, and it's not going to show all of the supporting trips behind the scenes. However, on the driver itinerary, something the driver would see, that will show all legs, all moves, all drivers, including the lead driver information, so that all drivers can see all the information as part of that move and communicate as necessary. Now, it's up to you. You can send these documents to whoever you would like. However, generally speaking, the customer itinerary is made for a customer-facing document, but there's no reason you couldn't send the driver itinerary to a customer. It's really up to you. Now, this is managing a charter. I haven't dispatched it. Operationally, I haven't executed it in any way. So this is all done within the InVision software. So once those legs have been created, those underlying leg reservations will show up on your dispatch screens in both InVision and FASTTRAK Ultimate. And they are fully operational, like I said. So you'll see them on those screens. You can assign them. You can send them out to an affiliate. You can close them out in billing. You can see them in the driver app, all of those things. So the leg reservations, even though they're part of a charter, are operationally equivalent to all the other reservations you've seen within the FASTTRAK software. Now, charters, also a couple things. You have a global search here. If you type in a leg reservation, of course, you'll get the leg reservation in your search result. But if you type in the charter ID, you'll also get all legs or all leg reservations underneath that charter. So it's a quick and easy way to search. Well, that's about it for charters. There's a lot more detail and a lot of flexibility that you can get into. If you have any questions, please contact support at fasttrakcloud.com. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.